Welcome back to Talk of the Town. You know, you can have a plain old pumpkin in your fall or Halloween decor, or you could have a pumpkin with some real charm to it. And who better to show us how to do that than Trace Barnett of the Bitter Socialite blog. Great to have you with us.
Thank you so much. It's the perfect time of year to carve up with pumpkins, decorate with pumpkins, just throw the pumpkins everywhere.
Yeah.
And one thing I love to do every year is host a pumpkin carving party.
That sounds fun.
So gather your friends over, gather some great pumpkins, tell them to bring a pumpkin of their own. Have a little competition, and at the end of the night, let someone judge and have a winner.
That sounds fun.
A little friendly competition.
Of course, if you're going to have a party, you're going to have a beautiful tablescape to start with.
Yes, absolutely.
And you started over here with some really unusual looking things.
Yeah, I love the pumpkins, the heirloom pumpkins this time of year. They're so much better than the traditional orange, and if you want to use the orange, by all means use them. But I really love these, like these strawberry crowns that have this wonderful veiny texture. They're a little bit misshapen.
So yeah.
That's one of my favorites. And if they sit in the sun for a little while, that will actually turn pink.
Wow.
So it's kind of cool. I love to incorporate gourds, and we've kind of stuck with, you know, it's getting closer to Halloween. So, you know, kind of incorporate that spooky color scheme. So we have purple, we have green, different shades of green, a little bit of yellow, and a little bit of bright purple in our flowers.
The great thing about this is you can plant these in your yard afterwards.
Absolutely. That's a huge money-saving trick for your fall tablescape. Is heuchera grows great. It's an evergreen, actually, so go ahead and stick that after your party in the ground, and it's going to be with you all year.
It's a good way to save some money.
I love that.
Tell me about this.
So this is another play on our kind of Halloween color scheme. This is your traditional mom.
Right.
A little bit bright and cheerful, and then we've kind of incorporated these dark green pumpkins. We've incorporated a little bit of the bright corn, and this is from Michael's. It's kind of like a willow branch. You're going to buy the pack. There's going to be some sturdy ones in there, and there's also going to be some that are wrapped around. Just kind of take those, break them apart, and weave them through your centerpiece.
Yeah.
You have this kind of like creepy, crawly, snaky kind of branch running through your centerpiece.
Yeah, that's pretty. I mean, it looks intentional, and yet you don't have to be super, you know, floral arranger to make that look
Absolutely
beautiful.
not. And also, too, the foliage is beautiful. I noticed that this morning. So go ahead and break off branches. Nandina berries would be good. Dogwood branches with the berries would be beautiful. And just stick those all around there. And that makes a perfect way to go ahead and line your table if you're not using a tablecloth or any kind of a runner.
Okay, great idea. All right, so we're carving now. We're doing something different.
We are, yeah. So one thing when you're carving pumpkins, go ahead and lay all of your tools out where everyone can readily access them. So, you know, just within reach. You don't want them too far. And I don't typically like to put them in containers because people have to dig through that too.
Good idea.
So go ahead and have a table designated for your pumpkins. I love using this butcher paper, which you can just buy at a craft store instead of newspaper. If you want to use newspaper, it's still going to look great too.
Right.
So go ahead, lay your tools out, and I typically skip the little bitty pre-made kits, because they're a little flimsy, and it kind of makes it a little too easy for everyone too,
right? With
the patterns.
Yeah.
I kind of like everyone to do their own. So just go ahead, get in your hardware drawer and pull those out. So we're going to do this pumpkin, and what this is we're just using leaves plucked out of the yard, and we're going to take that, and we're going to take the leaves. You can use any variety of leaf that you want. I think here we've used a white oak leaf. And just
so you're just taping the leaf onto the pumpkin.
Just tape that leaf. Do one here down on the stem and kind of up toward the top on the point. And just use just a tiny bit of tape. So after you've done that, you can, by all means, we're going to use a box cutter.
Okay.
You can also use an X-Acto knife. That works just as well. And so you're just going to outline the basic parts of this leaf. You do not have to be perfect at all. Just kind of get in there just like that and just follow the basic kind of curves, the basic points, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And just go ahead, and we've kind of already have one here started for you.
Okay.
So you can, by all means, pop the skin out on all of this, but I really love this geometric pattern.
Yeah.
And so all you do is take your little box cutter and cut the little geometric pattern out just like that, and cut that, go along the lines a couple times just to go ahead and make sure that that's cut through, and then just use a handy dandy flathead screwdriver and pop that skin right out.
There you go.
And of course, a well-worn screwdriver is always the best. You can see that one's covered in paint. So before you do that, cut a small hole. Just use a really sharp knife. It can be serrated. and go in at a 45-degree angle and just cut out a small little circle like you typically do and clean out the contents, and you're ready to carve.
So then when your candle shines through, you're going to see this illuminated.
It is, yeah. It's beautiful. It's just the golden flesh that the light shines through.
So pretty. I think that sounds like a great idea. I'll have to try that this
Gorgeous
year.
by your doorstep, and it's just kind of a little bit of light glow. It just welcomes your guest into the home.
I love it. And you've got great treats here too, and you've got the recipe on your blog.
I do, yeah. And you know, just make some heavy hors d'oeuvres, and we have some mini pumpkin pies with a little bit of brandy thrown in.
I love it. Sounds
Can't
good.
go wrong.
For more Trace's entertaining tips or DIY ideas, you can check out his blog. It's thebittersocialite.com.